Day and stories, but I'll do my best to say hi to you on Facebook because I do appreciate you being there. Really quickly, Jay, this is absolutely brand new. Oh my gosh, nothing better than chocolate and mint together. And this is a Jasper and a Chrysoprase pendant necklace, and we have the matching earrings, and I'm gonna pop in the matching ring inside there. So Jay, before we get to more callers, can you kind of walk us through this design?
Okay, so this show is about, later on, it's 3 days. It's about customer appreciation. You're gonna see some deals that are just gonna blow you away. But when I designed this show, now you have to understand, I'm already half written for next year, 2019, okay? That's how far we have to work out, because nature of the beast, how we do it, we work from the rough material. When I designed for this show in December, a lot of these are rare materials, okay? I know that Jaspers, people don't realize this, okay? There's Jaspers that you have big quantities of, and then you have Jaspers like this that are highly collectible. The prices go up on this material, and for a Jasper, that's saying a lot, right? This is Brockman Jasper. It comes out of Australia. There's a piece of the rough.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I want you to feel the weight on that.
Oh my gosh, it's dense.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
It's just like, it's almost like you're holding a piece of iron in it. But this material is extremely highly collectible. That's not it. We're just kind of showing you. But this is the natural rough. This is what you see with this rough. And if Suzanne could reach through and hand this to you, you would understand what I'm talking about. This is a dense material, highly collectible, extremely rare. Very, very small deposit. They haven't mined it in over 10 years, maybe even going on 20. And then I paired it with something that's even more exclusive. I'm the only one, as far as I know, that even has this material. This is Ethiopian Chrysoprase. And this is one of those deals. I was on a buying trip in Ethiopia, which if you haven't been to Ethiopia, I suggest to you that it's a place that you put on your bucket list. You know, like, you hear a lot of things about Ethiopia, but the reality is kind of different. I don't know how to explain it, but it is the culture, the people, the food, the environment is just really, truly amazing. And they're famous for they're finding all kinds of gemstones, but of course the precious opals that they have, they just now found emerald. They've come on the emerald market. I was out on a buying trip, actually buying the precious opal, when one of the miners brought me this. And we didn't even know what it was, but it tested as, it's a chrysoprase, but it's like a mint chrysoprase. That was a once in a lifetime buy. I got it one time. We've used this was the last of the few designs that we're gonna be able to do in that material. Okay, so you're getting a unique chrysoprase, and you're getting a very rare, vintage, expensive, collectible Jasper, which here again, Jaspers and agates are probably the most predominant, right? This is one of the rare Jaspers. And that's why I handed Suzanne a piece of the rough, because I wanted to see what makes this so unique.
Crazy how dense that is.
It's like handing you a piece of iron, like a lead weight. This is so dense, so hard, it's amazing.
Wait, so Jay, and this is, I guess, colors? Just a confirmation on what he's talking about. I have only 130 necklaces total, and I'm sure I have less than that now, but that's all we have in the necklace. Again, so when he says, hey, this stuff's really rare and it's tough to come by, he only could make 130 necklaces. We're in 90 million households. We have like 5 million people shopping with us a day. I mean, it's crazy, right? So there's only 130 here. In the earrings, I have less than 200. And the ring in 5 through 12, again, only 200. I just want to show you the length on this. It's beautiful, 18 inches. And this is important to realize, especially if you've never shopped with Jay. What I love is this is removable. If you want to wear this, is my favorite way to wear some of his pieces. You're getting basically a pendant in sterling silver, a necklace in sterling silver and gemstone. And watch this, what I love is if you have a silver collar or a shorter silver chain, this is my favorite way to wear it. You double it up and it really gives you that va-va-voom look, like really a statement look when you're wearing it. But you get both of these when you're picking this up today. And $175, that's a great price, 5 flex on both. And again, don't forget about the ring. We'll get to that in just a second. Miss Florence in Arkansas, hello, you're on with Jay and Suzanne. Thank you for waiting.
Hi.
Oh, Alaska. Sorry, Alaska.
Not Arkansas.
Yeah, sorry about that, Alaska.
I knew, okay, Florence, I knew that, but I wasn't going to tell her.
I got my K's and my R's messed up.
What part of Alaska do you live in, Florence?
I love all your jewelry, and I just ordered the first necklace you showed at the balls.
Yeah, the Today special. Yeah.
Where's that from? What country?
Okay, that's from China, but it was mined in the